What is up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG. And today we're going to take a little revisit of AFR. And for those of you who are not paying attention, I suspect most of you are, we got this little set coming out and very shortly, and it's got some dragons in it apparently. And with that being a very dragon heavy set, it has caused a nice little rebound for AFR. So we're going to talk a little bit about that more. But before we dive in today, just wanted to say thanks to all of you out there who continue to watch and support. We crossed 3,500 subscribers this month, and we are marching towards 5,000 subs this year. That's the goal. We're going to try and hit 5,000 subscribers this year. So for all of you out there watching, continuing to support and comment and like, just know I appreciate the heck out of you all. Thank you so much. All right, so AFR. So fun little fact, AFR was the very first collector box I ever opened up on channel. In fact, I think it might have been my very first video. No need to go back and watch. It's terrible. That's fine. But sneaky, really good commander slot in AFR. And as I mentioned, with Tarkir getting ready to come out, with Dragonstorm getting ready to come out, there are certain cards from AFR that have really popped. So with that being said, let's just dive on and let's crack some packs. So AFR now up to $226 per box. That is the highest I can remember AFR collector boxes being in a very long time. I don't know if it's historical high, but $226 for an AFR collector box is certainly the highest been in a really long time, if ever. So we talked about some dragons. Tiamat. Base copy of Tiamat's like $50 now. Old Gnawbone like $40-50 as well. And if we hit one of the borderless, that's kind of the goal here. Is love to hit a borderless Tiamat. I think borderless base Tiamat is 70, and the borderless foil is now over 100. Those are really, really epic hits. So those are the goal. Here we go. Start off with a rogue class, pack foil rogue class. The fighter class actually does have some value. That's like a $9 or $10 card. Hey, there we go. Sweet. Right off the rip, a really good commander card is Extended Art Prosper. I mentioned that this slot in this product is pretty golden. There is some really good stuff. And Prosper, being the insane commander that he is like a near $20 card for the Extended Art. So that is really, really good. I think it's like a $19, $20 hit. So that is what we call a good start. All right, after that, we've got an Extended Art Vorpal Sword, and I would not be surprised if Vorpal Sword in the Extended Art, even though it doesn't really see a whole lot of play, just for the name and novelty and the attachment to D&D, is probably like a $3 or $4 card. I will throw that up there. All right, now we got a couple Showcase Common, Showcase Uncommon. Next Mythic is Minsk Beloved Ranger. This is the bad Minsk. The one from Baldur's Gate is significantly better. Yeah, it's fine, but the one from the Planeswalker from Baldur's Gate is much, much better. All right, Pixie Guide. And what do we got going back here? It is Extended Art, or I guess Borderless Foil Grand Master of Flowers. And if you can feel me grimacing, it's because we might get another shot at a Borderless Foil Mythic back there, but it won't be, we won't have too many more shots, if even one. So really didn't want to waste one on this card. Unfortunately, it is what it is. The art is beautiful. It's just, I feel like they really underpowered this card. That's probably, for a borderless foil mythic back there, it's probably like $1. All right, still 3 mythics in the first pack. Prosper doing some work there. And again, for me, the goal is, can we land a Tiamat or a borderless Old Gnawbone? All right, Varus Silvery Moon Ranger as a pack foil rare. Into Reckless Endeavor. I don't remember if this is one of... This one does not stand out to me as far as being one of the better commander cards back there. Hey! All right, neat. So Extended Art Xanathar Guild Kingpin. Hey, why am I not using that playmat? I actually have that. All right. Extended Art Xanathar. I think Xanathar is probably like, I don't know, like $4 or $5. Sweet card. Was really, really popular when the set first came out. Okay. A couple of showcases. The rulebook art versions. Hey, nice. We've got a dungeon module, Den of the Bugbear. This card saw a lot of play when it was in Standard. I really like this treatment. I hope they do it again someday. This card saw a lot of play when it's in standard. Doesn't really see any play post standard. So it was like a $10, $13 card. Now it's not, but I'm still going to put it up there as a card I like. All right, and we've got a Criddle and a white in that showcase foil. I know the showcase foil. I really liked it when they came out, and then after they did it again, Baldur's Gate, I was like, I guess I'm kind of over like the showcase, the rulebook art variant. Okay. AFR is back. Some really good stuff in here. Here we go. Mythic. Oh, cool. Ebon Death. All right, neat. That is a nice little dragon. And Ebon Death is, I wish it didn't come into play tapped, but being able to flash it back at instant speed, that's pretty good. And a 5/2 is certainly formidable for a flyer. So I will put, I think Ebon Death is like in like the $4, maybe $5 neighborhood, but I'll still put it up on this side of the Mythics because I like the card. There's another really good commander hit. Wand of Orcus, I think, is like $16. This card is pretty good. Pretty good. I'll pause, and if you want to read it, you can. Great. But I think this is like a $16 commander hit. The Black Staff of Waterdeep. What am I doing here? Yeah, I don't care about that pile. There we go. All right, extended art into Loathsome Troll. I actually did like drafting this set. We have a dungeon module, Temple of the Dragon Queen. Actually, could see some more plays in Uncommon. We've got Zalto, the Fire Giant Duke. Dire Wolf. And a Long Rest extended art foil back there to conclude that. While AFR was not what we could call a smashing success as a set, I know a lot of people didn't like the dice rolling thing. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty neat, especially like in draft. I thought it was a neat twist on things, but I could see like how people might be out on it. Oh, another Den of the Bugbear. All right, I don't hate that. Again, not a valuable card at this point, but knowing that it was at one point and just knowing that it's a pretty good card, I'll put it up top as a card I enjoy. Next up, we've got Diviner's Portent as a commander slot. This one doesn't resonate with me as being one of those cards, although pretty good. 3 mana and then just roll d20 and draw some cards. Wish had a nice little comeback at one point. I don't think this card is valuable anymore, but it did have a nice little comeback at one point. I'll just put it down here. I don't think it's quite there. Bullet, Baleful Beholder. Another mythic, Mordenkainen. Another card that actually felt like, I know it's 6 mana, and that's probably why, but felt like a little underplayed for what it did. +2, so it starts out with 5 loyalty, which is pretty high. Draw 2 cards and then put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. So look at 2, put 1 in your hand, and then, or for -2, create a dog illusion with this creature's power and toughness equal to twice the number of cards in your hand, like a formidable creature for -2 loyalty. Yeah, all right. Again, I don't think Mordenkainen is a financial hit for us, but it is a sweet card. Oh, an Eye of Vecna extended art foil back there. I don't think the eye is eye-popping in terms of value. All right, 2 packs left in this first column. We are flush with mythics, although the Prosper is a really nice hit for us. We've got 5 regular set mythics at this point. We should still have a few more opportunities. And again, for us, Tiamat and Border and Gnawbone are definitely the chase. Dancing Sword in the pack foil rare. Oh, gosh, well, we're killing it in the commander slot. That might be the takeaway from this box. So another one of the big commander hits. In fact, I think, so Prosper is definitely top 3. I think Robe of the Stars is also top 3. Like, I think this is like another $18 card. And I think Wand of Orcus is like top 5 in terms of commander slot value. Like Clouth, I say Clouth. And Grim Hireling, I think the only ones we're missing because we hit Prosper, Robe, and Wand of Orcus already. So this card is really, really sweet as an equipment. That is excellent. Well, if the defining feature of this box is going to be the commander slot, that is not the worst thing in the world, given the strength of the commander slot in this set. Delina Wild Mage is a nice little hit. I think Delina is like a $3 or $4 card as well. Put it up top. All right. Lurking Roper and a Mind Flare in the back in the showcase foil. All right, last pack of the first half of the box. All right, little Swamp, Blackstaff of Waterdeep pack foil, followed by a Fevered Suspicion from the commander slot. Flump had some value for a minute. It was a fringy card. Lurking Roper again. Russ Monster. Westgate Regent. A card I actually kind of like. Doesn't see any play. Doesn't have any value, but feels like this is a card you have to deal with. Otherwise, it just gets out of control very, very quickly. All right. Knoll Hunter. And then an Instrument of the Bards back there as the extended art foil rare. So that is the first half of the box. And it is definitely the commander slot carrying us because Prosper, Wand of Orcus, and Robe of the Stars. But that is, I think, one of the appeals of this product. I'll be honest, I've had AFR boxes sitting in my closet forever, so I picked them up when they were probably like $130 and certainly not when they were $230. At this point, I would probably be just wait until after Tarkir. Adult Gold Dragon as a pack foil rare. I do like the card. Didn't see any play. 5 for a 4/3. For me, at one point, and this is my old Magic brain, 5 for a 4/3 flying lifelink haste would have been just an absolute bomb at one point. And it's funny, it's just like in 2025, you're like, yeah, it's fine. Maybe an uncommon. I don't know. Hellish Rebuke. Does not resonate with me immediately. Doesn't mean that I won't miss on the commander slot because there's a lot to know there, but doesn't immediately resonate with me as being one of those cards you want to be looking out for. Extended Art Triumphant Adventure. All right, couple of showcased commons and uncommons. Owlbear. Rare is Dungeon Descent. This is a terrible card. I love the module, love the dungeon modules. Dungeon Descent, what? 4, so enters the battlefield tapped, lame. Taps for colorless, lame. 4 and tap an untapped legendary creature you control to venture into the dungeon. Were they terrified that venture into the dungeon was just going to be too busted? 5 mana, it enters the battlefield tapped. And activate as a sorcery, so you can't even do it on your opponent's turn. It's something you consciously have to do on your turn. I don't understand. All right. Ooh. Hey, all right, we got another crack. It's unlikely at this point that we're going to see a borderless Tiamat or Gnawbone back there, but you know what? As far as other nice hits are concerned, I don't hate the Ebon Death. That is really cool. I think this is probably this might be like a $7-8 card as well. Borderless foil Ebon Death Dracolich. That actually is a really, really cool art. That's neat. Okay. So as I was saying, now that AFR is currently at 226, obviously that's on the strength of how much some of the dragons, a couple of the dragons in this set have gone up. I would likely, it probably retraces back a little bit after Tarkir comes out, and we move off of dragons. But it might be here to stay at least $200 now. All right, Treasure Chest as a pack foil rare. Arcane Endeavor from that commander slot. Sphere of Annihilation, another card that was like, man, this card feels like it could be really good, and it felt a little short of where I thought Sphere of Annihilation should be from a D&D standpoint in terms of strength of card. All right, Blink Dog. Volo, Guide to Monsters. Volo's bad in basically every set, right? Okay. Blue Dragon. I love the uncommon. The borderless, is it chromatic dragons? They look really cool. Whatever. Borderless Blue Dragon, like all the borderless uncommon dragons, they look really neat. I'm going to put it up top just as a card I think is really neat looking. And then an extended art foil Sphere of Annihilation. That's what I get for calling out Sphere of Annihilation. All right. Looks like 4 packs left. Okay, we're going to start off with Mountain. Zorn! Hey, Zorn is a pretty good hit. Zorn does some things. Nice. Zorn, I think, is like a $6 to $7 card, so that is pretty good. Pack foil Zorn. Into the Belt of Giant Strength. Creature has base power and toughness 10/10. Equip 10. This costs less to activate, where X is the power of the creature it targets. That's kind of neat. At least, thematically. Then we've got an extended art treasure chest. Gonna hit a couple of common and uncommon showcase cards here. Rare is, there we go. Sweet, we'll double up on Zorn. The rulebook art version, the showcase, if you will, is probably going to be a little bit less value, but I gotta imagine it's still like a $4 card. And rare is, hey, extended art foil Vorpal. We got some duplication in this box for sure. Double Zorn, double Vorpal Sword, multiple Spheres of Annihilation, double Ebon Death. All right, 3 packs left. The heavy lifting absolutely being done by by the commander slot here. Island. There's our second Triumphant Adventure. I actually thought this card was going to be really good when it came out. I was like, oh. First 2 for a 1/1. I know that's not very good like stats, but Death Touch and First Strike when attacking, and then when it attacks, you venture on the attack trigger, venture into the dungeon. Like, who's going to want to get in front of it? Sees no play. Extract Brain from the commander slot. True Polymorph as the extended art. All right. Sweet. Another borderless, this time a non-foil, but this is the Green Dragon. Lair of the Hydra in the dungeon module. Again, I really thought this treatment is, I think it's really, really cool. I do hope they bust it out again at some point in the future. All right, and rare is, there's our next adult gold dragon as well. That is a extended art. Doesn't extend. I guess it's technically borderless, right? Borderless foil. Not value, but I like the art on it, and I do like the card, so I'll put it up top. 2 packs left. I don't think we've seen any pack foil mythics out of that first foil slot. So let's see. Call, asking you shall receive. It is Eliwick Tumblestrum, a planeswalker that I think is, I don't know, cute, but sees no play. This is one of those cards where, like, if you just want a challenge and you're just like, yeah, what's a ridiculous card that sees no play that I can, as a mythic that I can try to put to work. Eliwick might be your person. All right, there you go. That is a pack foil Eliwick Tumblestrum, the Planeswalker. Wild Endeavor. I do not immediately recall this card either. Again, with the commander cards, there's some like value there at like $3, $4, $5, $6, but I can't remember which ones are which offhand. Loyal Warhound in the extended art. All right, Neverwinter Dryad. Shestra. Nadar. Actually, I thought Nadar would be still a little bit more play when it was in standard as well. 3 for a 3/3 Vigilance. Enters or attacks Venture, and then other creatures you control get +1/+1 as long as you've completed a dungeon. Cloister Gargoyle. And then we conclude with a Froghemoth. Nice. I like Froghemoth. Extended art, foil Froghemoth. All right, last pack. Trip down memory lane for AFR. The commander slot, undoubtedly the hero of this box. Any other juice left? I'm really happy with that Prosper. We start off with the Cave of the Frost Dragon. I actually didn't have any copies of Prosper, so that was one more incentive for me to venture down this path again. All right, Cave of the Frost Dragon. Berserker's Frenzy. What do you do? 3 mana. Choose a number of creatures. They block this turn if able. And you can choose. Okay, all right. Hey, did get another mythic. It is Acerak the Archlich. Acerak's got some cool combo stuff with him. He's kind of fun. There we go. Extended art, Acerak. Arborea, Pegasus, Ace Rack might actually be like $3 to $4 as well. All right. Another mythic is another Eliwick Tumblestrum. This time the borderless version. Sure. Okay. All right. Won't complain. Mimic. And we conclude back there with a Dritz Duerden. Also a card that was a little disappointing. I just thought for the character, the famous character that this one is, that it would have had a little bit more oomph to it as a Magic card. There we go. All right, so let's just quickly talk about this box real quick. Again, with AFR, as much as I love the set, seeing them pop to 226 right now because a couple of cards from the set have blown up in value, it just makes the idea of, like, if you don't pull one of these, those two cards, like, it makes it tough sledding. But I enjoy the set. Like, I have long liked this set. The hero of this box, as I said already, is certainly the Commander slot. Pulling Prosper, pulling Robe of the Stars, pulling Wand of Orcus really helps us not go to complete Pound Town in this box. Double Zorn is kind of cool. You have a few other playables in there as well. So there we go. That's AFR. That's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for me. And by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, everybody. And be well.